Good morning, Dawgpound South campers. This is the Cleveland Browns Dawgpound South podcast, part of the Fanatical Elves Network, part of the Fan First Sports Network. I'm your host, Steve Gill. Well, I know a lot of people are panicking right now because the Browns are, 0-2 in practice games. But then again, I thought our backups would fare a little bit better against opposing backups. If you saw our post-game show last night, I expressed my concerns uh, from the backups, mostly on first down. Minnesota really, really chewed up the Browns defense on first down. Also, last year I know everybody talks about how great defense was last year, and they were number one in a lot of categories, number two in a lot of categories, but they were dead last in one category, and that was red zone defense. I want to see a little more improvement from that aspect in the Seattle game, where we're expecting most of the starters. I have heard that Myles Garrett might play, which would be nice. We know Deshaun Watson's going to play. All right, let's. What else last night? The running game is starting to come together a little bit. Donta Foreman runs hard. I know he didn't have a very good average, but still, you could see what he's going to do for the Browns in the running game. We still haven't seen Jerome Ford, and we still haven't seen Nyheim Hines. Pierre Strong, he looked good in the first game. Last night, not good at all. So, and we don't have the benefit of the preseason rushing king, John Kelly, on the roster anymore. So, what else? Concerns me, of course, the left tackle position. Whew, boy, they're going through left tackles like nobody's business. I mean, players that play left tackle in the NFL may appeal to the league to fine the Browns for forcing all these guys to get hurt. We'll find out how bad the injuries are. You saw how quickly, after Luke Whippler fractured his ankle, how quickly they went out and found a replacement, former Brown Nick Harris. So we'll find out within probably before Monday if this is a situation with all the backups, James Hudson, Adeniji, Diffie, all three got hurt. We'll find out pretty soon how serious the injuries are, because Andrew Berry will make a move. He doesn't hesitate. He never has. So I don't think if this situation becomes bad, it is bad, but if it comes worse, he'll make a trade. But you got to remember, right now, we're going to find out this week if Jedrick Wills will be ready. If he practices this week, and he still might hold him out for Seattle game, but I would like to see if he's going to practice this week. I am still hearing that both he and Jack Conklin will be ready week 1, 3 weeks from today, against the Dallas Cowboys. And if you add in DeJuan Jones, the starting tackle position isn't bad. I mean, they've got 3 good tackles in Wills, Conklin, and Jones. It's a backup left tackle. But we'll find out. We'll see how serious it is. Andrew Berry will make a move. Okay. When I come back, we'll talk about the positives. Okay, positives. You gotta like the one guy that jumped off the page was Chris Williams. 3 tackles, a sack, and he also got the knockdown in the end zone for the safety, the last points the Browns scored. So this guy, this defensive line room is so freaking talented that he just might make it, and it might come because Sika Ika is just not doing it. The Browns never get rid of a draft pick in their second year. They usually cut him loose in the third year. I could see them possibly moving him to the practice squad because right now Chris Williams is outplaying him. Ika was in there in the fourth quarter. Does anybody remember anything he did? I think he had one pressure for an incomplete pass, and that was about it. I saw one play where the backup guard for the Vikings completely turned him around. I mean, he's facing the wrong direction, and I'm just shaking my head. I had hoped that he would develop under under Jim Schwartz, but not happening. Who else? Jamari Thrash played well. So did Miles Harden, Devin Bush again, and as I said, Deontay Freeman and Isaiah Thomas again. A nice little. He's out playing McGuire right now. Here's another guy, draft pick. This defensive line, the final 53 is going to be a tough call. Same with wide receivers. Prochet kind of looks good, but it just. On offense, it's going to be vanilla. I saw a few things that I kind of liked. Like I said, I like Jamari Thrash. He was very, very heads up on that one pass that got tipped. The other one, DTR threaded the needle in between two guys. Both missed a tackle. That's why they're backups. And he got a good chunk of yards for that. So Thrash is looking good. Michael Hall came in, played, but we don't know what his status is going to be week one. Is he going to be suspended by the team or by the league or by both? We'll find that out prior to the season starting when they cut down to the final 53. So besides, let's talk to the quarterback right now. DTR is solid number 3. Tyler Huntley started out okay. Then he missed a wide receiver and threw an interception. He throws interceptions. When he was with Baltimore, he'd throw them to. Back then, when he was with Baltimore, he'd at least throw them to Browns players. This time he can't. He had a quarterback rating of like 49. Ugh, that's bad. But DTR is going to be your third quarterback. How they're going to handle that, I am not sure. I have to go back and reread the new emergency quarterback rules for the practice squad. I think you could put DTR as the third string emergency quarterback and protect him all year. But Tyler Huntley, I don't know what you're going to get for him right now as a draft pick. You got to wait to see how injuries play out with all the other teams in the league. You already saw the Vikings pick up Matt Castle, who's not that good. So I would think a player like Tyler Huntley can come in and be a backup somewhere if someone needs a backup. But right now, his the draft pick coming back isn't going to be great. I joked last night that Cade York could probably bring a higher draft pick if he was traded than Tyler Huntley, and he might. You never know. I don't know if they're going to keep him on the practice squad as their emergency kicker. I'm sure if a kicker goes down, somebody in the league will pick up Cade York. So I'm not really worried about last night yet. I'm going to sit back and see what Andrew Berry does about the backup left tackle position, and hope, excuse me, and hope that Jed Wills starts to practice this week, if not next week. Like I said, I sure would like to see him practice. I don't want to see him play against Seattle because, again, exhibition game, but I would love to see him at least practice this week. He's got a knee brace on. He's going through drills with a trainer. So the next step would be to get him into practice. So That's it for today. Everybody, thank you for subscribing, following, watching, listening to us here at the Fanatical Elves Network. We're here because we're Browns fans just like you. So this has been the Cleveland Browns Dawgpound South podcast, part of the Fanatical Elves Network, part of the Fans First Sports Network. And everybody have a great week. Go Browns.